Ladies and gentlemen, today the United States is entering one of the most intense weather phases since the beginning of autumn. Forecast models from the U.S. National Weather Service show a series of extremely strong atmospheric disturbances taking shape. It begins with the Pineapple Express atmospheric river, a massive steam hose stretching from the Hawaii region across the Pacific into the mainland, carrying enormous amounts of tropical moisture. Following that will be an extremely strong cold air mass from Canada pouring southward, bringing severe cold, frost, and the season's first snow across many states. This is the time when the entire United States needs to brace for a dramatic weather flip, as heavy rain, strong winds, and freezing temperatures will strike in rapid succession over the coming days. Currently, the entire Pacific Northwest region, including Washington, Oregon, and Northern California, is directly under the influence of the Pineapple Express. Since this morning, thick clouds have blanketed the coastline. Heavy rainfall has been increasing rapidly, while in the high mountains of the Cascades, the first snow of the season has appeared. However, this is only the beginning. Forecasts show that the peak of the rainfall will occur from Monday night through Thursday, as the moisture stream from Hawaii pours directly onto the mainland. The Pineapple Express acts like a giant pipeline of water vapor. Moisture from the warm waters near Hawaii is pushed by westerly winds into the Pacific coastal mountain ranges, where it is forced upward and condenses into torrential rain in a very short time. Many coastal areas from Eureka, California to Coos Bay, Oregon could receive more than 100 millimeters, 4 inches of rain in just half a day, equivalent to an entire month's worth of rainfall. Offshore wind gusts of 110-120 km, 70 to 75 mph have been recorded, and ocean waves could reach heights of 8 to 9 meters, 26 to 30 feet, posing a particular danger as astronomical king tides coincide with the heaviest rain, causing unusually high sea levels. When mountain runoff meets the rising sea, river mouths and coastal zones will face the threat of deep flooding, landslides, and flash floods. The Weather Service has issued red warnings for the entire Pacific Northwest coast, advising residents to avoid travel, stay away from coastal areas, and prepare supplies such as food, flashlights, and backup batteries in case of prolonged power outages. Meanwhile, another equally concerning event is silently forming in the north. A dense cold air mass from the Arctic region of Canada is beginning to move south and is expected to sweep across the United States around November 8-10. This will be the first and strongest cold wave since the beginning of fall, with temperatures plunging across wide areas. The Great Plains states, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska, will feel it first, with nighttime temperatures possibly dropping to 10 degrees, 14 degrees, and even lower due to strong winds. From there, the cold wave will spread rapidly to the Midwest and the Southeast, bringing temperatures 15 to 25 degrees Celsius, 27 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, below average. Cities such as Kansas City, St. Louis, Dallas, and even Houston may see temperatures drop to around 5 degrees, 41 degrees Fahrenheit, while the Ohio Valley, Appalachians, and the Northeast could see their first snow of the season. Notably, even typically warm states like Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina may experience a rare cold spell, with early morning temperatures dipping below 12 degrees, 54 degrees. Meteorologists call this the opening cold wave of winter, marking a clear shift in the season. In the Pacific Northwest, rainfall will continue for the next 3 to 4 days, with total amounts reaching 200 to 300 millimeters, 8 to 12 inches. Steep terrain areas in Oregon and Washington are under high risk of landslides. Mountain regions above 1,800 meters, 6,000 feet, in the Sierra Nevada and Cascades could receive 20 to 30 centimeters, 8 to 12 inches of snow, disrupting travel through major mountain passes. In Northern California, thunderstorms with strong winds will persist through November 6th, then conditions will dry out, but the saturated ground will still pose a risk of delayed flash floods. In contrast, the Midwest states such as Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska are currently experiencing unseasonably warm conditions, with daytime temperatures of 26 to 28 degrees, 79-82 degrees. However, once the cold air mass descends, the region will quickly turn frigid, with possible strong thunderstorms and wind gusts of 80 to 90 km/h, 50 to 55 mph, triggered by the clash of warm and cold air masses. The northeastern United States is also expected to see light, early-season snow in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, New York, and Pennsylvania. Coastal areas such as Boston and Rhode Island could see cold rain and strong northeasterly winds developing into a nor'easter, a typical weather phenomenon that occurs when cold air meets moisture from the Atlantic. If this scenario materializes, many coastal areas will face heavy rainfall and strong winds around November 10-11. Meanwhile, the southern U.S., particularly Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, is warned of the potential for severe thunderstorms and small tornadoes as the northern cold air collides with moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. These states could receive 50 to 100 millimeters, 2 to 4 inches of rain within 24 hours, with gusty winds of 70 to 90 km/h, 45 to 55 mph. Even Florida, still relatively warm, will not be spared, as temperatures are forecast to drop sharply after November 11th. According to weather models, the upcoming cold wave will bring widespread snow to the Great Lakes region. Cities such as Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland could see 5 to 10 centimeters, 2 to 4 inches of snow, while the Appalachian Mountains from Tennessee and Kentucky to West Virginia may see a light 1 to 3 inch coating. The current atmospheric setup shows a cold trough in the east, warm ridge in the west, a pattern typical of weak La Niña years, signaling that the coming winter will be cold and unstable. As cold air plunges southward in the east, the western U.S. remains under high pressure, leading to prolonged sunshine and lower humidity. Experts also note that the extreme temperature contrast between the west and east will create conditions for severe storms to form along the boundary zone, known as the battle zone. Around November 8-10, the Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi region could become the center of dangerous thunderstorms, with the potential for weak tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. Residents are advised to avoid taking shelter under large trees, limit travel during heavy rain, and closely follow warnings from the National Weather Service. At the same time, many western regions will see early snow, beneficial for ski resorts, but also posing risks of avalanches and travel disruptions. For lower elevations, continuous heavy rainfall will help ease the drought conditions that persisted through summer, but could also cause flooding and river overflows. For the long-term outlook, both GFS and ECMWF models agree that from mid-November through mid-December, the U.S. will experience strong temperature swings, with 3 to 4 cold waves interspersed with short, warm periods. The national average may appear near normal, but in reality, it will be anything but normal, as day-to-day temperature swings could exceed 20 degrees, 36 degrees. This is the characteristic climate picture of the transition season, and a sign that the 2025-2026 winter will be complex and unpredictable. Major climate agencies such as NOAA and ECMWF are leaning toward an ENSO-neutral scenario with a weak La Niña tendency, similar to the 2013 to 2014 winter, when the polar vortex plunged much of the U.S. into ice and snow. If that pattern repeats, the eastern half of the U.S. will see deeper cold and heavier snow than usual, while the west will be warmer and drier, increasing the risk of drought and early wildfires next year. In other words, a cold east and a warm west will be the defining feature of this winter. Given this outlook, experts urge the public to prepare in advance. In the Pacific Northwest, strengthen roofs, check drainage systems, and stock up on food, batteries, and essential medicines. In the Midwest, plan for hail and tornado risks and inspect heating systems to be ready for the coming cold. Residents in the Northeast should store salt, snow shovels, and avoid driving at night on icy roads. In the South, where people are less accustomed to cold, keep the elderly and children warm, especially during unusually cold nights. Ladies and gentlemen, from the tropical Pineapple Express rains pounding the Northwest to the powerful Arctic cold mass descending from Canada, all signs point to a large-scale climate shift underway. In the coming weeks, the U.S. will experience a fierce symphony of nature. Torrential rain, powerful winds, snow, and deep cold. It is both a challenge and a reminder that we are living in an era of increasingly extreme weather, demanding that every citizen and every community remain proactive, vigilant, and prepared. As nature changes faster than ever, preparedness is the key to minimizing damage and protecting ourselves and our loved ones.